This song is dedicated to Mr. Armie Hammer. This is for you, buddy. Let me eat you tonight. I just wanna taste you with delight. How I wish I could taste your toes and chew on your butthole. Please, please, let me taste you tonight. Let me tie you up with a rubber hose, beat your bare ass and stick my toes right in your nose. I love it. Oh, just how I would love to have your skin between my teeth. Ooh, baby, 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 baby. It's like eating roast beef with a little ketchup on it. How about some soy sauce and some onions? Let me suck on your toes, bite on your knees, chew up your intestines, baby, please. Please, don't tell nobody. I got to. Let me eat you tonight. Let me eat you tonight. Let me eat you, eat you, eat you, eat you, just you, eat you tonight. Yeah, tonight. Yeah, let me eat you, let me chew you, let me eat you.
That was
Let me
eat you, you know. Welcome everyone, we're Epstein and Hassan, and
Dirty Truth Tellers.
As Hassan said, that's her dedication to, how does he say his name? Armie?
It's Armie
Hammer?
Yeah.
Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
And you know, if you've been following the Armie Hammer story, and we're going to get into it in a few minutes, but this is actually a topic that Hassan and I have dealt with a lot. Not necessarily, you know,
the eating part, the way he eats.
The cannibalism part. Like,
yeah.
I tell Hassan I want to eat her, but never once have I ever, you know, took a bite out of the pussy.
No, or the arm or the leg.
Well, let's stick with the pussy. You are sensitive down there, you know. But, you know, for many years we performed a live show, Epstein and Hassan, and one of our basic things we would do in every show would be we had a lot of audience interaction in our shows, for those of you who've never seen us. And we would talk to people, and one of the topics we would often bring up, especially in our years of doing Shock and Aura Go-Go and burlesque shows, we would ask couples, if they wanted to, we never just chose you, but if you wanted to, we'd ask who was kinky, and then we would ask them if they had a line. You know, people do have a line.
Yes,
like
everybody has
line
some line
that they don't want to cross, you know?
Yeah.
So we would interview couples about, especially kinky stuff, and one of the questions we would ask people is, how did you break it to your partner? Like when you first, if you're into some kinky shit, like you got to break it to somebody. And I never forgot that one guy who told his girlfriend at the time that he was interested in wearing her panties, and it ended the relationship. But the woman that he was with at the show, at the cutting room, she was into it. So, you know, he tried it with a few different women, and he found a woman that he could wear her panties. But for some people, we all have lines, Hassan. That's the point. What is the line? And Armie Hammer, obviously...
he crossed your line.
He crossed my line, yes. Cannibalism... See, I'm pretty open-minded. I am pretty open-minded. But cannibalism, you know, even as a fantasy, you know, I'm not saying even, you know, if you do cannibalism, obviously that's pretty bizarre. But even as a fantasy, like if you had told me early on that you were into cannibal. Although you did like to bite.
Yes.
You know, I had to break you of that because I'm a very sensitive man. I'm very fair.
I mean, you go like this, he bruises.
I bruise, and you know, she's biting my neck. I have to go to work, and people are thinking a guy, you know, he has hickeys. But anyway, Armie Hammer, I mean, he's into like cannibal fantasies. So why don't you educate the audience?
Because I have some.
A lot of these people don't follow gossip the way you do, Hassan.
I have some of the quotes that he sent to different women he would allegedly.
Oh yes, throw the allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's all alleged.
And also comment from his ex-girlfriend.
His ex-wife.
His ex-girlfriend. And then there's one that he said about his wife.
Okay.
Now, as Epstein said, and many of our families have supported this family's empire. Because most people, and I said to Epstein, almost every black person I knew growing up had a box of Armie Hammer baking soda.
Yeah.
I mean, we have one in our refrigerator.
Not just black people. This is something that brings blacks, whites, Jews, Chinese people. Pretty much everybody.
We supported this guy for many, many years.
We supported his family.
Yes,
I mean, the reason that he became a movie star probably was good connections that he made because everybody bought his baking soda. Right? It was baking soda.
Yes.
And then baking soda later on, people started using it to freebase cocaine.
Yeah, so it's like, we supported his damn family.
You know, if you were working in a grocery store and someone came in at 4 a.m. and wanted some baking soda, it probably was for not to do his teeth. It was probably to freebase cocaine.
No, they weren't cooking. No.
Yes.
Okay, so you know who his grandfather was, okay?
Armand. And he's Armie.
Yeah, Armine, yes.
Armie. He's Armie. His grandpa was Armand.
Yes.
So they're into that name.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, he actually received the script for 50 Shades of Grey. And he said this was his quote. He goes, "No one actually offered me the movie, but while I was working on The Lone Ranger, his agent brought it up to him, and his response was, nope. I mean, come on. It's just mommy porn. I'm not going to sit on top of a laundry machine in a spin cycle reading about putting a ball gag into someone's mouth. That doesn't do it for me." And the thing is, we know people who are into S&M, dominatrix, and all of that, and they thought that film fucking sucked.
Yeah, it was vanilla.
It was vanilla. Yeah. You know, it was just bullshit.
I mean, there wasn't even one scene where a guy cut off someone's toes and ate
Not
them.
one.
Not even one scene in the movie. I'm not into it then.
No.
If you're not going to eat some toes.
No. And the apartment, but anyway, let's not. Let's focus. Stay focused.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
They told you to focus.
Yes. He said that doesn't do anything for me. He says, now this is what he says. "I like the grabbing of the neck and the hair and all that, but you can't really pull your wife's hair. And it gets to a point where you say, I respect you too much to do these things that I kind of want to do." Now, if you're with a black woman, you really going to have to discuss pulling on her hair, because I don't even let Epstein, he can touch it. You can touch it just a little bit. Go ahead. It took him years. Be careful. It took him years to be able to do that. So here's some of the quotes. This is an email he sent. He said, this is what his girlfriend said. "He said to me he wants to break my rib and barbecue and eat it. He likes the idea of skin in his teeth," from the lyrics from the song. He says, "I just want to take a bite out of you. If she had a little cut on his hand, he would like to suck the blood and lick it." Now, here are his quotes, allegedly. "I want to eat you. I'm 100% cannibal. I need to drink your blood. I want to bite pieces off you. If I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep them in my pocket, so I will always have you with me. Fuck a text. That's real love. Just live to obey a slave and be my slave. I will own you. Would you come and be my property till you die?"
See, but that's the difference to me. There's cannibalism, you know, eating people's, you know, vagina, like literally eating, or eating the penis, like cutting it up and actually eating it. But he also is into S&M because he's saying that, you know, he wants you to be the slave. Yeah. Like, you can be someone's slave without eating them. I mean, he's into a lot of kinky shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad your grandpa made a lot of money selling baking sodas so that you can turn into a total perv.
Yeah.
And guess what? Again, everybody has a line. I'm just saying that for me, when you get into cannibalism fantasies or, you know, I have lines.
Now, there might be someone out there that says, I want you to take my big toe. Now the
And
thing,
suck it?
and cut it off.
Oh no! Once you
There
no,
might,
no,
but
no.
there is. I mean,
I'm sure there is, but that's my line. I mean,
There
if you want to
is.
suck on my big toe, that's I'm pretty ticklish, so I'm not sure I can handle that.
Yeah, but
actually.
the thing that
But
we're getting to is like, because he says he would not do this. He never did any of these things with his wife.
Of course not. That's the thing. A lot of guys are perverts, but they don't do it with their wife. They keep it a secret.
Now, why is that?
Because they want their wife to be.
It's the Madonna and the hoe syndrome.
But
Yes.
this is also kinky shit. You don't always want your wife. Let's say you're a guy that likes to get fucked in the ass with dildos.
Yes.
You may not want your wife to know that. Because what if she's not into it? Let's say she's the kind of wife that doesn't want to fuck her husband in the ass with a dildo. Not everyone's like you, Hassan. I mean, there are women that wouldn't want to do that. I mean...
Are you saying I fuck you in the ass with a dildo?
That's a comedian thing. You weren't supposed to say that. The audience was supposed to hear that and think, does she do it? But you,
But
of course...
I didn't answer.
No, but you brought that... That was like... No, that was...
I didn't answer. I'll leave that up to them.
Anyway, our sex life is about arguing with each other and having debates. That's what
Yes.
that's more
But
about.
my thing, going back to the point, is if you are into this, now he found somebody to do it because he did it.
He's a movie star.
Okay,
Let me
but
tell
the
you
average
something.
guy, how
When
do
you're
they
a movie
find
star,
someone?
when you're a movie star, people will do a lot of weird shit with you. That's just the way it is.
Now, before we go on, I had a friend that said she wanted to find a guy that would serve her. Remember?
No.
She
You know,
wanted. What did she say?
Your storytelling is just like...
Okay, what did she say?
She said she wanted a guy that was obsessed with her.
I was gonna say to serve
But then why
her
didn't
and
you say it?
obsessed.
But if you were going to say it...
because you
No,
jumped
you
back,
said
Charlie.
serve. You said serve.
Jump back, Charlie.
You said serve. The
She
whole
wanted a
thing was
guy-
about... Let me get in here.
Okay.
The whole thing was about... Let me block you all. The whole thing was about she wanted a guy that was obsessed with her. So I
Yes.
knew a guy, this guy was a cab driver, a nice guy, but a lunatic. She sets him up with a date with this woman.
He told me he was okay.
You said she wanted a guy obsessed.
And you said he was okay.
I never said he was okay. The guy was like a stalker, though. He became so obsessed with her that she called the cops and broke her friendship with you.
Yeah, I haven't spoken
So you
to
got to
him in
be careful
10
what you
years.
ask for. Sometimes, if you want an obsessed guy, there are obsessed guys out there, but they may stalk you. And a stalker, he's just an obsessed guy out of control.
Yeah. So
You know?
really got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
You
at what
got to
ask for.
find also if you're into something that, let's say, is not the norm, whatever that means.
The
you know,
norm is a guy climbs on top of you.
right?
He squeezes your tits in your ass.
Mm-hmm.
He drills you.
That's the norm.
That's the norm. That's the typical 69, maybe a little kissing.
For a
maybe
straight couple,
a
you
little.
saying.
I don't know. I'm just saying. You're saying the norm. That's what people think of when they think of the norm. You know, if you're gonna wear your wife's lingerie, if you're gonna get whipped. Those are not the norm. If you have your husband eat out of a dog bowl, we knew that couple. That guy, remember that couple that we knew?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
he ate out of a dog bowl.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
that kind of shit. You got to make sure the person's into
Yeah,
that.
but what he said, these were his
Especially if you have
fantasies.
another dog, because the other dog's gonna get
Be
pissed off.
Yeah. But he said that was funny. That
Oh, really? That was
Yes,
funny?
yes.
Oh, why don't you tell them that was funny? Why don't
That
you
was
just
funny.
do the whole show today? She's here to tell you
I
what
said
you should
that
do.
was funny to me.
Okay.
He's an asshole. But how do you, it still goes to, how do you communicate that to your partner? Because the thing is, let's say you marry someone and they're not into it, right? You're going to go out there and do it. So then you're going to eventually get caught. You might have a disease. So why not just risk?
You got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But if you're Armie Hammer and you're into this weird shit, you know, he wanted his wife. He wasn't going to do this with his wife. The kind of shit he's into, unless you have a wife that's once someone's your wife, she's not impressed that you're a movie star.
I'm
anymore.
going to the back.
See, that's the whole thing. If at the beginning, women, you're a movie star, they'll do all kinds of crap. But once they get the ring on the finger, they don't have to
stop?
do that shit. Yeah. And that's funny because the other day, you have to deal with what you have to do.
Okay.
This thing, because you said be careful what you ask for. You know, the other day I read that Trump, everybody was saying that they should, get, who knows, because we're taping on Martin Luther King's birthday with this the holiday on the 17th. So by the time this gets on the air, this all may make no sense because Trump might use a nuclear bomb as he's leaving. Who the hell knows? But everybody kept saying that they should get rid of Trump with the 25th Amendment. And Trump actually said something kind of funny. He said, you should be careful what you ask for, because if they get rid of him, that means Pence is the president. And Pence believes in all kinds of apocalyptic fantasies and stuff. He's got a Jesus fantasy. He's a grown man who can't be in a room with a woman unless his wife is with him. He calls his wife mother. Now, to me, calling your wife mother is almost as bad as cutting off someone's toe and eating the toe. There is something demented about a grown man who calls his wife mother, unless you're doing a mommy thing, like maybe Pence's wife puts him in a diaper. See, that's the kind of thing, if you want to wear a diaper, or I'm not going to go against that. I mean, if that's your thing. I'm very open-minded about this, by the way. I just think that cannibalism is a step too far. It's a step too far. But Trump was trying to say, like, Pence is more dangerous than me. Pence is a bigger maniac than me. And that coming from Trump, who's a psychopathic lunatic, made me think, you know what? He might be right. Because any man that calls his wife mother, he might want to blow up the entire world. It's not, here, our dirty truth teller is on his way in. Come on in. The great Joe Keys. Joe, yeah, welcome, man.
Yeah, let me get by, man. I gotta go here for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Spinning me around here.
Spinning you around, man.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you, man.
All right. Oh, good. You took your earrings off this week.
Yeah. You're a real bitch, you know that, man?
Oh, okay. Oh, you're picking up on Hassan stuff?
Well, you're dropping down. Everybody knows about you, man.
All right. Yeah. So what do you have for us? Settle in. Take your time.
I only got 10 seconds, man. Shit.
Just take your time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in the camera.
Yeah. You know earrings. You do have earrings on?
Nah, man. What the hell are you talking about? I got earrings.
The last show you had earrings.
I used to, man.
I used to wear earrings.
I used to wear one earring,
okay.
Man.
Well, one earring is not,
Is what?
That's like a cool guy wears one earring. The two earring thing, for guys, it may,
You could never wear one, man.
No, I'm not wearing. No, I'm not wearing earrings. It's not that I'm not into pain. It causes pain, right?
Now I heard what you were talking about, man. I don't mind, a woman kissing on my neck and you can take a little nip. But if the bitch come into bed with a fork, knife,
Did you stop calling women bitches? We got a complaint about that on the internet.
Oh my
okay?
God.
I told you, use names that they can tolerate.
If a woman
you can call
come
them a hoe
into bed,
or
man.
a hoe. Hoe is good. Call them hoes.
No. I think hoe's offensive.
You think hoe is worse than bitch?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about that. Which is worse, hoe or bitch?
Yeah, if I'm fucking you, right, and this shit is real good, I'm like, damn, bitch, this is good. Or would you rather I say, damn, bitch?
Why don't you call her by her name? Why don't you say,
I'm
damn?
not out now. I'm not gonna tell.
Or mama or something like that, baby.
Mama?
Baby.
Who do you think I am? Pence? Oh, mama. No, let me tell you, I just want to say, I don't mind if a woman, take a little nip on my neck and shit. But like if she's sitting there with silverware and hot sauce, now that eating, chewing on me shit, I used to work as an orderly in a hospital, and I knew this guy liked to fill up dead bodies.
Oh,
man.
really?
Yeah.
Right after they died, or did he give it a few minutes to, because to me, is it wrong, like within the first minute when someone's dead?
It's still got to be warm.
But how do you know? Let's say the person just dropped dead.
You go right in the room.
You can go in the room.
Right in the room.
He would go in the room and touch them and stuff like that.
Well, a couple of us.
Okay, a couple. Oh, you, Joe, really?
No.
Oh, you did say a couple of you.
It's a joke, man. Let them fill it.
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, I just want to talk about that fucking Joe Biden, man. You need to change your name. Now, I know a lot of y'all blacks. Or, you're going to hear me say this and you're going to write in. Look, don't settle for shit. Trump was bad. But Biden ain't no damn angel. Check his history.
What's pissing you off about
Now,
Biden?
he said he was going to give us $2,000.
$2,000, yep.
And I called him and I said, yo, Joe, this is Joe.
You have his personal...
I just said I called him.
Okay.
You can't hear?
Well, I heard it. I just didn't believe it, but I heard it.
I called him. I said, Joe, this is Joe Keys. I said, I just want to be clear because I want to get a new TV. You gonna give us 2,000? He said, yep. Yep. That's how he answered, yep.
Yep.
So I went down and brought the fucking TV and said, Biden said it's coming through. So then the lady called me back and said, it ain't coming through. And I'm pissed at you, man. You keep this shit up, man, I'm gonna change my name.
Yeah, it's not a really good thing. Like, you're not even... by the time this show goes on, he will be president, but he's not president yet.
No.
And his first thing he's done, he promises 2,000.
2,000.
And now he's saying 1,400.
What the fuck happened?
So he's already lying before he becomes the president.
Is that old age? He ain't old
No,
enough.
he never planned on giving 2,000. He
He just
never
wanted to
planned
get
on
the
it. That was
votes.
some bullshit. He knew he wasn't going to get
That's
2,000.
like a man tell you he likes your poetry and shit till he gets the pussy and then he don't want to hear you read shit.
Right. You know. No, Joe Biden, let's give him a chance. He's already lied. His first thing, he said 2,000. He's down to 1,400. He also did that with the student debt.
He fucked that up too, man.
I think now he's gonna get rid of like 10,000 of your student debt, which is basically nothing.
Nothing.
And they could get rid of all
That's
the
your
student
books.
debt because they could just print it all up. It's all bullshit. We found that out. Don't forget. Don't let this go past you because you're all so excited because Trump is gone. They gave trillions of dollars to Wall Street overnight. They just put it on a computer.
That's
And
right.
if they wanted to get rid of all the student debt, they could just put another trillion on the
Fucking wipe
computer.
it out, man.
Because right now, the United States, we print the money. We're in charge of the money. We
That's
can do
right.
anything we want.
That's
They're just
right.
lying to us.
Truth.
And Joe Biden is a liar.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is a total liar.
Yeah.
You know, I bet he's a kinky guy, though. I'm not sure about Joe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what he's into.
I don't think he's into the toes and cutting up shit.
A lot of guys like to lick toes. That seems to be like at our shows when we used to do our show. Kissing feet is a big thing. Like men like to kiss women's feet. It's not as much women to men.
No.
That's not a big female. I'm sure there are some, but that's a male thing. They want to kiss women's feet. And if you go to a guy that works in a shoe store, guarantee he's got a
into
foot
your
fetish.
feet,
Guarantee.
Yeah.
Remember that guy? He told us a great thing, and this is true. If you have a foot fetish, it's the best fetish. Because let's say you're on the subway in the summer.
Nobody knows.
Everybody's got their feet out.
Nobody.
Like, let's say you like to see the crack of a woman's ass.
Yeah.
You got to get it naked.
It's
I mean,
a
that's
lot of
hard. I
work.
mean, you got to deal with that. But a foot, if you're into a foot, everybody's got their feet out.
Now, I'll tell you what I do like on a woman, man. I like a woman's knees.
You like knees.
I like knees.
No, that's an unusual thing.
Yeah,
What do you
I
like
the
to do
knee.
with them?
I like the knee pressed a little bit in my back.
Oh,
just
you
a
do?
little.
Oh, that's a little bit of a kinky thing. You have to start to sit on your back with her knee.
Yeah, one knee.
One knee, what if you do with the other leg?
That's on the floor. Yeah, one knee. I like that.
That's kinky. A little, that's not super kinky.
But
It's
I'm not asking her to cut her knee up with some onions.
No. Now, Trump, he was supposedly into golden showers.
Yeah.
You know, and this guy at a show once told us, he's an older guy, that he was a gay man and him and his partner were into golden showers. He would pee on his partner. But when men get old, it starts...
Shit take forever, man.
takes forever to piss. So the guy's laying down there for like 20 minutes. The guy's getting a drink. So we were in the middle of talking about how an old guy is trying to piss on his partner.
Yeah.
Been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Can't get it working because his prostate is tight, so there's a drip here and there's a drip here.
Right.
And then he has to go and get a bottle of Fiji water and dump the piss on him that way.
I'm not about that pissing shit, man.
Now, what happened there was in the middle of that, Joe, the camera froze on us.
I think that was karma, man.
Either karma or maybe we offended someone, but no one saw it yet. But it's funny when it froze. It froze right in the middle of me doing my golden shower material.
Yeah, that's how great it was, man. Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it?
Well,
What's with you and Hassan today with the judgments on
First of all,
everything, every judgment
I'm
of the
not
comment?
her, man.
I know you're not her, but you two both are very judgmental today. You know?
Maybe you should think about it.
You didn't like something wrong with your voice?
Something in there.
Yeah. Oh, what do you got in there? You eat somebody?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I still think, man, there's one other thing, that basketball player, man.
what bastard? We're
No,
not.
no, I'm not talking about that. These basketball players, man, they get women to do all kind of shit with them, right? And then the women feel all guilty because they don't get what they want. So, you know, it's a catch-22. You know, you meet a woman and she'll say, you know, I'll do this, I'll do that. but then you don't marry her, then she screams something else. So what do you do, man?
Well, the basketball players wear like 6 rubbers when they have sex with women. They do all kinds of stuff to prepare themselves. But I don't know where that came from, and it kind of is interesting. But I'll talk to you about that later, Joe. I have to go let somebody in here.
Well, let me talk to y'all for a minute, all right? This whole dating world is crazy out here. You know, you meet somebody, and how do you break it in? Well, I got a suggestion. You start first by asking them, what is their opinion about porno? They say, you know, I don't like porno, I don't look at it. And you ask them, you know, well, what do you like? You know, what turns you on? Now, nobody's gonna be real honest right away, but you get a feel for it. You can go like, well, let's say me and you role play with them, you know. You know, would you mind if, you know, I spanked your ass a little bit, you know, and you tap it and see. Then you go, you know, do you mind if I spank your ass and, you know, maybe can I call you like, you know, if I'm spanking your ass like baby or, you know, bitch or, you know, what? Oh, man, I'm in the middle of something. Come on in.
Joe Keys! Joe Keys is in the house.
Why is it every time I'm here, you're here, man?
This seems to be what's gonna be. I'm Stevie Sports. You don't even introduce me. You don't even say a word.
Never give nobody a chance.
Let me get right to my material here. I come in with a lot of material.
You look good tonight.
You know, and I heard
You're
you
not
talk.
gay.
I'm not gay at all. I'm about as ungay as you can be. I've been hearing this show, all this disgusting, kinky shit.
Tell me, what do you like?
I'm not a kinky guy. I'm not kinky
What do you
at all.
like?
What I like is a woman with a good mind. I want a woman with a mind. I fuck the brain. I don't fuck the parts of the body. I fuck the brain.
You don't fuck with the titties, man.
I fuck with the titties, but more the brain. I think about the brain. I want a woman.
Let's say you had a woman, man. She looked good as shit, but she ain't that smart. You wouldn't fuck with her.
Of course I'd fuck her. I'm just trying to act because I'm on TV. What am I going to say? I'm not disgusting talking about piss and whipping and eating. Let me get to my thoughts, my shit here. Who the hell knows what's going on because the camera broke. Everything is fucked up. Now.
You stop spitting on me, man.
There's a player in the NBA. His name is Kylie Irving. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets. He's a basketball player. So, of course, you have to bring up a basketball thing that's nowhere in here. I don't know where that came from, but you kind of fuck up my material, but I'm not that...
Nobody said
I'm not
shit,
that
man.
kind of... I'm not going to get into shit with you.
And stop yelling, man.
Kylie Irving is making like a $32 million a year.
Yeah.
He got a deal with Nike for like $12 million a year. But the last 5 or 6 games with the Brooklyn Nets, he doesn't show up. Why? Because he's upset about what happened in Washington, D.C.
Get the fuck out of here.
And everybody's judging Kylie Irving very bad. But what they don't know about him is he bought a house for George Floyd's family. This is a black man, a young black man, that's concerned about what's going on in our country, and he's emotionally distraught by it. So everybody's judging him like basketball is important. Let me tell you something. Basketball ain't shit.
Wait, whoa.
Kylie Irving is doing the right thing. If his heart is broken because we live in a white supremacist, racist country,
back the train
who
up.
better than Kylie Irving?
Back the train up, man. How much that motherfucker make a game?
Like a $500,000 a game.
Get the fuck out of here. He should have put to work.
This is what's wrong with America. You see,
Get
he
the
thinks
fuck
that
outta
everything
here.
is about money. But Kylie Irving obviously has
He
integrity.
wouldn't have been able to buy that house if he didn't play, man. He could
Of
have still
course,
been
but
upset.
he's upset.
He could have been upset.
Why can't the guy be upset?
Why can't he play and be upset?
He wasn't that upset because he was at a party
His
without a
sister.
mask and he
Yeah,
got fined.
yeah.
But that's a whole other thing.
That's bullshit.
This is what's wrong with our country. We
Bullshit.
think that money makes you happy, Joe. It's not money that makes a person happy.
But we're talking about two different things, man. You're talking about two different things. He should have went.
He can't play right now. His mind is on race.
He went to the party, man.
But the party was about the party
You're
was
spitting like a maniac, man. The
the
fuck?
party was about.
It's COVID out here, man.
Well, that's true. Oh, I see even Buddy's in a mask tonight because he knew I was on the show. That's why he's on. The spit, they say it goes through the air, this COVID. It flies right through the air. It flies right through the air, the COVID.
Your fucking face if you spit on
All right, I'm out of here. I had a short time today, Joe.
Why?
Because I'm out of here.
Why come?
Because I had to talk about Kylie Irving, and the thing broke, and Hassan is taking all my basketball. I'm Stevie Sports.
The fuck is wrong with him, man? The fuck? Almost forgot your glasses, didn't you?
Hey, Joe.
The fuck was wrong with Stevie Sports?
He's upset. You know what it is? Kylie Irving is taking a lot of abuse because he's not playing, and people are making like basketball is so important. This is a young man who obviously has a social conscience. He sees what's happening in our country. He sees that all the white supremacy, what happened at the Capitol, this is all about white supremacy, Joe. You should know better than anyone.
I'm not saying I don't agree with what he's saying. I'm saying that he is in the system, and they're punishing him.
Just take a few games off. They can fine him, and then he comes back. I don't know. He's missed like 5 or 6 games. But anyway, thanks for coming tonight. Hassan has to come back to close out the show.
You stop spitting on people.
Me? I didn't spit. That was sports.
You spit, he spits too.
Now you're saying I'm spitting.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is like...
Yeah. I do still love you, man, but you spit.
Yeah. So anyway, my point is this. We live in a culture that's all about money. It's all about greed. It's all about racial prejudice. This country needs to take a look at what it's done to people. We've been living in a myth. We're not an exceptional country. We're not even a democracy. We all walk around, we're going to protect our democracy. There's no democracy. The two-party system is a joke. They tell us who we can vote for. They're both going to work for the corporations. People are going to get nothing. Now, Biden's going to come in. He's already lying. He's already pulling his shenanigans. Nothing is going to happen to change the wealth inequality. So, as you can tell, we're having all kinds of technical problems today. We don't like to, we don't like...
Well, we're doing everything ourselves.
We're having problems.
Yeah.
We think he's freezing, so we're going to... we'll say our goodbyes. We'll do we have to do our a shout out and a fuck you, and then the Jackies. Yes. So if it looks a little weird and like it was edited, it's because it was. It was. We something's wrong with our product, with our computer, whatever. Something's wrong. I think personally, what's wrong is that the phone is offended by this material. The phone is offended.
Why is it offended?
Well, between the pissing and eating body parts and
but we were just reporting on what someone did. So why get pissed at us?
I don't know.
We're dirty truth tellers.
That's what but our phone is turning on us, or something is turning on us. But anyway, we do a shout out and a fuck you. More judgments. This whole show has been a judgment show for you.
Maybe that's why the phone is turning at you. You're too tight.
So who are we doing a shout out to, Hassan?
Martin Luther King Jr. And, what's interesting is that America loves him right now.
Oh, yeah, they
loves him.
Yeah.
However,
they killed him
when he was alive, there it is.
They love him so much that they killed him.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. The Martin Luther King that they keep showing you, the I've Got a Dream speech, that was one little part of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, listen to all his speeches.
Martin Luther King was against American capitalism.
Thank you.
He wasn't just against American racism. He was against the wars, the military-industrial complex.
That's right.
Martin Luther King was a radical leader.
And his dream was that all poor people got
around
together.
The whole world.
Around the world.
I think it was Stokely Carmichael who told him it's one thing if you talk about race. If you start talking about economics and that this war machine is bad, they'll kill you. So let's not, a big shout out to Martin Luther King.
Big one.
But really investigate some of his speeches other than I've Got a Dream.
Yeah.
He had a lot.
Because that dream was longer than those 5 seconds that they
love to show you that one thing.
Yeah,
and
that
now,
one paragraph.
What's her name? Trump's Barbie doll press secretary. She's quoting that he was a good Christian.
We loved him.
You worked for a Nazi, honey.
No.
Don't bring up Martin Luther King.
You didn't like Martin Luther King.
You were probably not even born, but you don't like him.
No.
You didn't like him, trust me.
No. And our fuck you?
Fuck you,
One again.
Ted Cruz.
Fuck you, Ted Cruz.
We fucked you last week, and we're going to fuck you again.
Yes.
You went to Harvard, you're a Rhodes Scholar, and you are an instigator.
That's
you
right.
are the worst type of human being because
That's right.
you knew what you were doing. You set those people off on purpose because you wanted to get Trump's voters on your side. And by the way, let me just remind you, Ted, we reminded you of this last week. Trump said the worst thing a man can say about another man, that his wife is ugly. Nobody...
But it's also worse that he said your father killed Kennedy.
Right. He said his father killed Kennedy.
Yeah.
And
your
that his wife is ugly. And then you got on your hands and knees and licked Trump's balls.
Yeah.
Believe me, you've licked Trump's balls more than Melania has licked them. You are the worst human being on earth, Ted. Ted,
fuck you.
Have a great night. We're the Jaggies. We're the Jaggies. Well, we maybe are the Jaggies, but
we don't know.
We don't know who they are. We're Epstein and Hassan. I hope this show works. We'll see what happens.
Oh, stop it. Just stop it. Come on, let's go.
Bye.
This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman.
Wow, what a show!
Yeah.
First they start out with cannibalism.
Yeah. Who is that guy, man?
Who is that guy? What's wrong with those two, Epstein and Hassan?
Well, they're letting people know what the fuck is out there, man.
They're fighting on the air. They're battling.
They're dirty truth tellers.
I think they need more sex.
You think so?
Epstein sent me a note.
What'd he say?
He's thinking of maybe eating Hassan.
Oh, Hassan is not thinking about that if he's gonna chew and use a fork, a knife, and a spoon.
No, he's just gonna do it. He's just gonna bite into that ass.
No, she don't want that shit.
Into that big... Oh, he wants that shit.
He doesn't want that shit.
Plus the camera broke. The computer
The camera
broke.
did not break, man. You're sounding like him. He's such a neurotic you-know-what.
Oh, that's anti-Semitic.
I didn't say that.
Everybody knows what you
No,
mean.
I said neurotic
No, when
person.
somebody says neurotic, they mean
Yeah, what's
Jew.
wrong with your voice, man?
I'm heartbroken. And that Armie Hammer, he's half Jewish.
I know.
He's making the Jews look bad.
I know.
Fuck Ted Cruz.
Yeah. And your wife is not that pretty.